What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for checking this video out. Today I want to discuss the ISIS Islamic terrorist army that is absolutely rampaging across Iraq right now, okay? I'm going to do a little background on them, talk about what they're doing and what can be done to stop them, all right? ISIS, first of all, stands for Islamic State in Iraq and Syria, okay? Sometimes you also hear it referred to on the news as ISIL, which is Islamic State in Iraq and the Levant. The Levant is a geographical location, geographical region of the Middle East. I don't know exactly where, so please forgive me on that one, okay? ISIS itself is a Sunni Muslim terror organization. The Sunni Muslims are the world's, most Muslims in the world are Sunnis, okay? I believe it's like 89–90% of the world's Muslims are Sunnis. However, Iran and Iraq are both Shia-dominated countries. There's more Shia Muslims there than the Sunnis, so keep that in mind for this story. Little background on ISIS itself. They were formed in, I think, 2003, 2004. They were always affiliated with Al-Qaeda. They fought against the Americans when we were occupying Iraq. They fought against the Iraqi security forces just doing terror shit. And then in 2010, a dude named Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, he's an Iraqi Sunni. He was actually held in a one of our detention centers, one of our prisons over there, and the Iraqis let him go. He became the head of ISIS, and ever since he took over, they have literally just skyrocketed to the top of the world's most dangerous terror groups. In my mind, without doubt, the best trained, most motivated, most ruthless, you know, best equipped, everything. You know, they got the most money. They're really a very dangerous, very serious opponent for anybody. Okay, and ever since al-Baghdadi took over. Okay. ISIS was always affiliated with Al-Qaeda. However, I think it was like in February of this year, February of 2014, Al-Qaeda was sick of ISIS not towing the party line, not listening to what they told them. So they basically kind of, you know, cut ties with ISIS. So that shows you how fucking hardcore these dudes are. Al-Qaeda can't even keep them on a leash. So like, all right, fuck it, you guys, you know, do your own thing. We don't want to mess with you anymore. Excuse me. Now, ISIS itself, even though it had fought and done all these terrorist operations in Iraq, it really gained most of its notoriety and you really start to see the beginning of just how fucking ruthless these guys were when they were fighting in Syria during the Syrian civil war against Syrian government forces. Okay, I got to tell you, the one thing that sets ISIS apart from other terror organizations, except maybe Boko Haram, is, I mean, the ultra violence, the unbelievable level of violence that this organization is willing to employ to get what they want. I mean, you're talking, you know, your standard Islamic beheadings, rapes, murder, just random murders, just driving down the street, just hosing people down, you know, they crucifying Christians, you name it, they've done it. Okay. They're famous for this really this brand of just absolutely just insane violence. Okay, there's actually an hour-long fucking ISIS propaganda video that was shot and very well produced video, and it just shows them just out doing their shit, kidnapping people, murdering people, doing tons of drive-bys, just pulling up to random cars on the road, fucking shooting them down, gunning people down. One part of the video is really disturbing. It's this dude and his two sons. They make them dig a fucking ditch and they cut their fucking throats. I mean, these motherfuckers are crazy. It's really hardcore shit. Of course, I will link it if you want to watch it. Go ahead. If you're sensitive to violence, do not watch that shit, all right? It's a very disturbing video. Okay, so ISIS gained most of its notoriety, and they really got on everybody's radar fighting in Syria for their acts of violence. They just recently have gone on a fucking rampage in Iraq, okay? They've pretty much taken over the entire country of Iraq, okay? They've taken over most of the major cities, Mosul, Tikrit, Fallujah, Ramadi, Samarra, and right now they're like 80 miles from Baghdad, okay? And the worst part about this whole thing is not only have they, in a couple weeks' time, have they taken so many of these major cities in Iraq, the Iraqi troops have basically, the Iraqi army, the Iraqi security forces, the Iraqi cops, a lot of them have surrendered. They've thrown down their weapons and just fled when the ISIS guys were on their way. They didn't want to fight them. They were scared. They've probably seen these videos, these motherfuckers butchering people left and right, and they didn't want any parts of that. So they just fled their weapon. They threw down their weapons and fled. So a lot of times ISIS is rolling into towns pretty much unopposed. There's nobody left to fight them because all these fucking security forces took off. And not only that, here's what's really fucked up. The weapons that ISIS, that these security forces are dropping and leaving behind are American fucking weapons that we left there and gave to the security forces after the war in Iraq ended. So now they've got, you know, American Humvees, fucking American M4s, light machine guns, heavy machine guns. They got all this American-made equipment that we left there for the Iraqis to use on the terrorists. Now the terrorists have it. Unfucking real. And on top of all that, the fucking ISIS guys are robbing, they're hitting the banks in these towns, and they're getting, it's estimated they've amassed almost $500 million in US dollars and gold from these banks that they've hit in these different big cities like Mosul and Tikrit and shit. Ramadi, they're around that. So not only are they extraordinarily motivated, very violent, but they're very well financed and very well equipped. That's what makes ISIS such a dangerous foe, okay? So where we're at right now, it's so bad in Iraq that the local clerics in Iraq are just pulling dudes off the street, trying to give them weapons to fight ISIS for when ISIS finally does make it to Baghdad, okay? So right now, Baghdad has not yet been attacked by ISIS, but it's definitely on their radar. They're only like 80, 90 miles away, and they're going to be there soon, okay? So now, what can we do? This is where it gets really interesting. What can we do? We've pulled out most of our troops. We've actually, let me say, we pulled out all of our troops. We don't have any combat troops left in that country. Iraq is screaming for help, okay? They're saying, hey, we need help, we need troops, we need fucking airstrikes, all that shit. What can be done? Okay, first thing needs to be done, short term, that Iraqi PM, or fucking Malaki, whatever his name is, he needs to go, because his administration there in Iraq's been a disaster. He's done everything in his power to get the Sunnis, just basically not to give the Sunnis, who are the majority of Muslims in the Middle East, basically to just get them away from the table and not even, no power sharing whatsoever. Okay, just like business as usual. So that offended the Sunnis. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with these ISIS guys. I imagine it probably does, but the Iraqi prime minister has not done a good job, and you could tell that the forces that are they're just surrendering and fleeing. That's not going to work any day of the week. Something needs to be done about that. This guy's not getting a job done. We need to get somebody else in there, okay? But all that said and done, that's not going to save Baghdad. Baghdad's in danger of falling any day now, okay? The president just gave a speech today where he said options are on the table. We're not going to deploy troops. We won't put boots on the ground, but we will consider other military options. And by other military options, he obviously means airstrikes, air power, cruise missiles, drones, all right? My opinion is bomb the fuck out of these ISIS dudes, okay? Every fucking drone available should be flying, okay, looking for targets, all right? Now, there's two big issues with launching airstrikes, okay? Number one, it will be tough to risk airplanes over Iraq because something happens and a pilot has to bail out. Who's going to go in and get them? We don't have forces there anymore, okay? And the last thing we want is some of our people fall in the hands of these fucking ISIS butchers, all right? So, drones would be the best case scenario here. Just fly a bunch of drones over there. But now, do we have the proper intel of where these ISIS guys are to light them up, okay? There's a lot of people are saying, I've been watching a couple news shows, that if we go over there and we're dropping bombs, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're just going to kill a lot of innocent Iraqis, okay? So we need to get the intelligence together. We need to get somebody to tell us where these ISIS guys are, where the targets are, and so to be able to effectively engage them with airstrikes and the drones, all right? So that's one of the issues. Another very sticky issue is Iran. Iran is not in any way, shape, or form a big fan of ISIS. Iran apparently, reportedly, I've read, they've already deployed several hundred troops to Baghdad to help protect Shia holy sites, and Iran's pretty much making it clear that they will not stand for ISIS to be the government in charge. So what we want to prevent, we don't want Iran invading Iraq to kick out the ISIS guys and then have Iraq become a de facto puppet of Iran. So, it's very, very delicate situation. My opinion, Iraq's better off being a puppet of Iran than being run by those fucking psychopaths in ISIS, okay? Let's hope it doesn't come to that, but we better do something and do it soon. I'll tell you, look, I'm not an Obama fan. I didn't vote for the guy, but I'll tell you this, that guy can't catch a fucking break, man. This is a lose-lose situation for him. If ISIS takes Baghdad, if ISIS takes over Iraq, all the years we spent over there, all the American lives lost, all the coalition lives lost, all the Iraqi lives lost, and all the money spent, basically be for absolutely nothing. So Obama's got a lot riding on this. He's really got to step up, show some leadership. We got to get some advisors over there. Somebody's got to get over there, rally these fucking Iraqis, tell them to pick up their goddamn weapons and fight these ISIS motherfuckers and get them out of the country. I mean, the fucking Iraqis probably outnumber the ISIS, 100 to 1. But these ISIS dudes are motivated. They're well equipped. They're fucking trained killers. So, they're a very tough opponent. So we'll see what happens. My guess is early next week you'll start to see airstrikes, American airstrikes in Iraq against ISIS targets. Who knows? Maybe by next week, maybe by Monday or Tuesday, it'll be too late. I don't know. So that's all I got. Sorry this video ran so long. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace.